Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Kristen. I am a certified fitness instructor and today I'm going to share with you an 18-minute lower body workout that will target muscular endurance and toning of all of the muscles in your legs, thighs and buttocks. We will also be including a short 3-minute stretch at the end because it is important to always make sure you do a stretch and a cool down at the end of any workout. So you will not need any equipment for this. Maybe having a soft space to lie down on, such as a mat or some carpet, will be a good idea because we will be doing some exercises on the floor. We'll be doing 3 sets of 3 exercises, a total of 9 different exercises, and each set we will do twice. We'll be doing 45 seconds on and then having a 15-second break after each exercise to prepare for the next one. It's important that you do a brief warm-up before you get started, so if you haven't yet, hit pause, go up and down your stairs, walk around a bit, do some no-jump jumping jacks, and join me back in 3 to 5 minutes when you've got your heart rate up and your blood is flowing to those muscles that are going to work so hard. Of course, if at any point during the workout you feel pain in one of your joints, please stop that movement, that exercise, don't do it, and just catch us back on the next exercise. And with that, I think it's time to get going. So make some space around you, grab your water, and let's get moving. So the first exercise we're gonna do is something called a good morning or a hip hinge. We're just gonna bend at the hips, send them back. Hands can be up at the head, and then we squeeze through the glutes and the hamstrings to come up. Let's go. Hinge forward, keeping that back flat, and come up. Hinge forward and come up. You'll notice my knees and hips stay back behind my toes. I'm not really making a big bend in my knees. My knees are slightly bent, not straight and locked. It's really just a movement at the hips. Hips are going back, bending forward, back is staying as straight as possible. And then when we come up, you're really squeezing those hamstrings in the back of the leg and the glutes to bring us up. Good, we've got about 5 seconds left. Keep that back straight, core engaged. All right, 15-second break. Next up, we've got the basic squat. So I'll go to the side, shoulders back and down, abs tight, hips go back, bend the knees, and then we push up. Ready? Let's go. Hips back, sit, and up. Back, sit, and up. On the way back, on the way up, we're gonna squeeze the quads and the glutes. I really want you to think about the muscles you're using, trying to squeeze every fiber in those muscles on the way up, contract all those muscle fibers. Yes, recruit as many as you can to do the work. Also making sure always keeping those knees behind the toes and those hips going back far behind the knees. 5 seconds left. Good. Next up we have a lunge. I'm going to start with my left leg forward. Next time around we'll do the right one. So big step backwards, shoulders back and down, abs tight. We're just going to bend the back leg. Let's go. And straighten. Bend and straighten. Now, as we go through this workout, the exercises will get more challenging. You could always stay with this version of the lunge, okay? Good. When we come up, we're pushing through that front heel into the ground, and then we're squeezing the quad and the glute on the back leg. Good. Keep going. If it gets tough, you take a break or you just don't go quite so low. 5 seconds left. 2. Good job. Okay, we're going to repeat those 3 one more time before we change up the exercises. So let's do that hip hinge, or some people call it a good morning. Start with our abs tight, shoulders back and down, hands up. Let's go. Hips go back and up. So legs, the knees don't really change their angle. There's a tiny bend in the knee, they're not locked. It's really just hinging forward at the hips, keeping the core engaged. You want to think about as if there was a rod going from your tailbone up to the top of your head. You're not bending at the waist like this, okay? It's not waist bending. It's hips go back and up. Good work. Squeeze through the back of the leg to bring you up. Squeeze. Yes. Think about the work those muscles are doing. It helps to recruit more muscle fibers. Next up, that basic squat. So shoulders back and down, abs tight, shooting that tailbone to the back of the room, palms forward. Let's go. Yes, so hips go back far. Like we're gonna sit down in a chair, but we're not sure it's there. We gotta feel first, and then we come back up. Yes, so from the side, it looks like this. Yeah, good. So you could almost imagine a wall coming up from your toes, and your body doesn't pass that wall. Your nose might touch it a bit, but your knees go back, your hips go back, you go down, and then you come up. Good. Really squeeze the quads on the way up. Squeeze the glutes. Yes. 2 seconds left. There we go. Now we're gonna do lunge on the other leg. So this time my right leg is forward. I'm gonna take a big step back with my left leg. Roll the shoulders back and down, abs tight. And now let's go. Bend the back leg only, straighten. Think about just this bending and straightening. That way our knee in front stays over the front heel. And you notice my body just goes straight down and straight up. Sometimes I'll see people doing this. Your body goes forward and back. No, that's really hard on the front knee. The angle becomes smaller than 90 degrees. We don't want that. So just bend the back leg and straighten. Really squeeze that quad. Push through the front heel to come up. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. All right, we're changing it up. Next up, we have a plie squat, and we're gonna come up to a stand, dragging that foot in, side to side. It'll be more obvious as we go. So feet pointing to the outsides of the room. Plie squat, let's just stay and do a couple of these first. Pulling knees to the back of the room. One more like that. Now we're gonna add on. We go plie, pull up to the side. Plie, we're gonna stand up, dragging that foot along the mat, squeezing the insides of the thighs to bring us up. Bring it in, yes. So it's a lot of external rotation here of the legs. And when we come up, we get a bit of the inside of the thigh muscles, the adductor muscles. Yes. Really a wide stance for that plie. Good. Next up, we have one-legged deadlifts. So, straight body. We're going to put one foot slightly behind us. Abs stay tight. We lift with the heel first. Our body stays straight. And then we come back up. So, start with the heel. As a result, your upper body comes down a bit. We are not leading by putting the shoulders and the chest down first. That's not what we want. If that happens, we're gonna bend at the hips. Sometimes I see people do this as a deadlift. No, one long line with the body. If it means you only get to an angle like that, that's okay. Or you could get to parallel to the ground and back up. You don't need to really go any lower than being parallel to the ground. Good work. Lots of work for that leg you're standing on. Excellent. Come on up, shake it out. And now, we're gonna do that again. Left leg forward, we're gonna do a lunge. Back to those lunges, but this time I'm gonna come up and kick, okay? Lots of work, let's go. Lunge, kick, lunge, kick, yes. So on that lunge, take a big step back, lunge, On that kick, you first bring the knee up and then straighten the leg. So it's knee, kick, knee, kick. Of course, you could stay with just that static lunge if this is too much for you today. No problems. We'll do the other leg the next time we come through these 3 exercises. Big step back. Yes. 5 seconds left. Last one. There's our bell. All right, shake it out. Back through those 3 same exercises. We've got that plie squat, squeezing the insides of the legs together when we come up. Ready? Shoulders back and down, abs tight. Plie to a stand. Plie to a stand. You really want to think about, dragging that bottom foot on the ground in to have the heels touch. In, touch the heels. When the heels are together, really squeeze the muscles inside the legs and the butt and the inner thighs to bring those legs together. Yes, that plie. Feet are wide, knees go to the sides of the room, not falling forwards. We're almost there. 3, 2. All right, next up, one leg deadlift on the other side. So once again, leg goes back just a bit. Make sure your abs are tight. So your heel is not going past your buttocks. It's squeezing a bit. We're leaning forwards just until our body's about parallel with the ground. We come back up. Lean forward. Up. So start with the heel first. As a result, our upper body comes down. That's the best way to think about it, leading with that heel up and in. If you want to challenge, you could try not putting that foot down when you come up to a stand. Whew. It's really good for balance. You may need to hang on to a chair or the wall nearby. Good. Not much more. Last one. Good work. Shake it out. And now we've got those lunge squats. Right leg forward, left leg back. Lunge, some hard squats. Lunge, kick. Ready? Let's go. Lunge, kick. So again, on that lunge, you really want to take a big step back. Lots of space between those feet before you do the lunge. Push through the heel of the front leg as you come up. Yes. Go as slow as you need to make sure you have control over what you're doing. Bring that knee up and then kick. Yes, knee up, kick out, bring it back in. Knee up, heel goes out. We're almost there. Good work. Shake it out. Now we're going to get down on the mat, on our backs for some bridges. All right, so on your back, feet in by your hips, and let's lift and lower. So push the heels into the ground, squeeze the glutes as we raise the hips. If you want to challenge, you could do 2 on one leg and switch sides, 2 on the other one. Pushing that heel in, squeezing the butt. It takes some coordination because we want to squeeze the glutes, but we don't necessarily want to arch the back. Belly button is still pulling in to the spine. Another challenge, a bit more core work, would be to do it with arms up in the air. Good work. Hug those knees for a second. Deep breath. Next we have some side plank clamps. So elbow down under the shoulder. Knees are bent. Legs are together. We're gonna lift up, pushing the bottom knee into the ground, lifting the top knee up to the ceiling, come back down. Push the knee down, lift this bottom hip, Lift the top leg and lower. Good, so this is gonna work. Gives us some resistance for the clam. Sometimes people will do it laying flat on the ground and just working the top leg against gravity. This way, we get a bit of side core work and a little bit of the bottom glute as well, because we're pushing that leg into the ground, that leg from the heel to the knee into the ground to lift our hips. Good work. Let's turn over onto all fours. This next one is what I call a rainbow. So we'll go from a plank, knee down, this straight leg goes up like a rainbow and down, back and into a plank. Let's go, knee down, straight leg goes up and over to the side, up and back to the back, hit the plank, knee down. Squeeze, lift up and over. It's like you're drawing a rainbow with your foot. Knee down, squeeze the glute, lift it up and over to the side. You may only be able to do a very tiny rainbow. We're working tiny muscles in the glutes here that are generally very weak. So if it's just like a tiny rainbow like this, no problem. Do what you can. You will get stronger if you keep going. And continue doing this regularly, I promise you. All right. One more time through so we can do the other side. Even ourselves out. Back onto those bridges. Let's go. Heels in close to the buttocks. Lift and lower. Push the heels in. Squeeze the glutes to lift the hips, but still pulling the belly button into the spine. Belly button into spine. Squeeze the glutes. Come back down. If you want more of a challenge, you can do those one leg ones like we did the first time through, switching every 2 bridges. Another challenge would be to keep those arms up in the air. Adds a bit more core work. Really think about squeezing the glutes as you lift your hips. Good. Hug those knees in for a second. Clams on the other side. So, like we're going to get into a side plank. Elbow under shoulder. Push the shoulder down. Knees bent. Let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. So, pulling this hip up, pushing the bottom leg here into the ground and pulling the top knee up and down. Up and down. We need to make little adjustments here and there to the placement of your leg, your bottom leg, until it's in a position to support you properly as you pull up. Good. 10 seconds left. Good work, you guys. Whew, are your legs getting tired yet? All right, last but not least, our rainbow legs. So, over onto all fours, we're gonna end up getting into that plank. Again, it's a knee down, leg that's straight, lifts up and over to the side, and then up and over like a rainbow back. Let's go. Plank, knee down, lift up and to the side, up and to the back. Go slow with control. Up to the side, up to the back. Without changing the angle of your hips or your shoulders too much. Try to keep them square, just lifting the leg up and over. Meaning the hip doesn't turn. The hip doesn't turn like this. Okay, hips stay towards the ground. It's just the leg going up and over to the side, tracing a rainbow with those feet. And whew, that's it for 18 minutes of our workout. Next, we're going to do a quick stretch for that lower body. So you can either fold your mat or towel, whatever you have. Get your knee on there. 1 foot forward into a low lunge. So Bringing our hips forward, stretching through the hip flexor. Taking a few deep breaths here. Good work, you guys. All right, let's gently move back. Hips come back, front leg straightens, not locked, but straightens, and we reach towards the ground in order to stretch through the hamstring of that leg. More deep breaths. Good. All right. Gently we'll switch sides. Foot find front, and then we're going to come towards that front foot and get a nice stretch on the other hip flexor, bringing the hips forward. We do yoga, I think they call this the low lunge position. Deep breath, bringing those abdominals in so that you're doing a pelvic tilt almost, and bringing the shoulders back can help enhance this stretch. And now, hips back, front leg comes close to straight. We're shooting the hips back and bringing the chest towards the leg for a nice hamstring stretch. Deep breath. All right, now legs together. Let's walk our hands back to our feet, send our hips up, hang here for just a second. If you need to support yourself by putting your hands on your legs, that's fine. And then we're going to roll up one vertebra at a time, up to the top. Let's come to the center of the mat, towel out of the way. Lots of space between our legs. Bend our legs. Push our hands into our legs. One shoulder comes down, so we're pushing the knees apart with our hands. Doing a little bit of a stretch in the adductors of the legs, inner thighs, other side, other shoulder forward. Good, gently release. Come on up. And that's it. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and last one, exhale. And that's it. All right, thank you so much everyone for joining me for this lower body workout. I hope you enjoyed the format. It's a great workout to add at the end of any kind of cardio workout that you might be doing at home if you want to get a bit of extra and muscular endurance work and toning for those legs. If you like the workout, please make sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you can see all the future videos that I will be putting out. And feel free to leave any comments or suggestions down below in the comments. I like getting feedback, hearing what you liked, what you want to see more of, what you don't want to see any of. All feedback is welcome. And of course, thank and congratulate yourself on showing up and doing this hard work. It's really going to pay off for you in the long run, for sure. And with that, I wish you a good day, evening, night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.